welcome to Pokemon Crystal Randomized Nuzlocke. I am your host, An Elegant Hobo. So a little bit of unfortunate news. I recorded this video and for whatever reason all of my audio didn't pick up. Like, not a bit of sound. So I didn't want to put out a video that doesn't have any audio, obviously. So instead, I'm recording my audio over this video. It's not gonna be fun. But I'm just gonna try and go over everything that I discussed in the video and what was going on. Because basically we were just getting prepared for the Elite Four. We're getting close to the end. And we were training up the team, getting ready to make a push. So nothing spectacular, although we do take on our rival at the end. So fun to be had. Starting the video, I'm just going over the team. We're talking about everything that's going on. The entire video I'm talking about, we're probably not gonna keep Carl on the team. He ends up learning Baton Pass, and as nice as it is, he doesn't learn anything else that merits keeping him on the team. All his moves and stats are just unimpressive. Baton Pass is cool, but he only learns agility, so nothing too exciting. There are some surprises. I don't want to spoil anything, but we do have a couple surprises coming in. Some stuff I'm pretty excited about, honestly. It had me pretty hyped. Fortunately, we're on Victory Road. We're trying to transition. We're going in, and we're going to see exactly what happens. Because we had a couple encounters coming up, a lot of trainers that we just had to fight because we're trying to get our team to the 40s, levels in the 40s, and we really want to see that because I can't recall the levels of the Elite Four, but we don't want to be too overpowered and we don't want to be too weak, and so I'm going to do a little bit of research before I record this next video, and I'm going to figure out what level I want to be at. Currently, at this time, we're in the process. I'm actually going to be training my team up, and I'm trying to level up our Machop that we caught in the previous episode. And we're teaching him all the elemental punches, which, going back on, kind of stinks because they're all technically considered special attacks in this game, which is pretty bad, especially considering Machamp is going to be very physical based, and we really want that physical power that he's going to have, but it's otherwise not going to be something too overwhelming, too amazing because of that. So, but we needed some extra type coverage, and he'll be just strong enough that he might be able to pull through. But unfortunately, like I was saying, we liked Carl, but he's not going to stay on the team. I've been considering finding a replacement for Melvin. I love Melvin, and he's been on this team for the entire time, which is why it's really rough to decide if I want to get rid of him. But he doesn't have any good fire moves, and that's what we really need right now. Because if we're going to go with the Elite Four, we can't have him just diddling around with Ember and Fire Spin. They just don't do enough damage. It takes too long to get a kill against something that he can otherwise two-shot were he to have Flamethrower or something. So, unfortunately, I'm considering trading him out for something. I haven't decided yet as of right now. But he is a candidate to get replaced if we can get a better Fireball in. Golduck is also our boy Scotty, who I love Scotty, and he does so much work, especially in this episode. He puts in quite a bit of work, but I don't want 2 water types on my team necessarily going up against the Elite Four, so I've been debating on if I want to trade him out for something else. For the most part, like, Sir Jeffrey staying on the team, we obviously need him. Goose is still going to be on the team. Our boy Mr. Slave is still on the team. Like, we're definitely not getting rid of them. And I don't want to get rid of Melvin. Like, in all honesty, I do not want to get rid of Melvin. But I don't know if he's going to make it up against the Elite Four. And I don't know when I'll get another good fire type. And so I know that in our box, we do happen to have a Magby. And I could train Magby into a Magmar. And with Magmar on the team, that might be his replacement, because Magmar will learn Flamethrower. And already starts off with Fire Punch. And to be honest, all we had to do is get it to level 30, I believe. And around level 30, as long as its happiness is high enough, it'll evolve. And since we already want to be in the 30s, or in the 40s, I mean, it won't be too big of a deal. Plus, in our last episode, we got both XP Share and Lucky Egg, and that's making this trip to actually like level up our team super easy. Like, super easy. And it's so good because, a little bit of a spoiler alert, the Pokemon that are in the Victory Road are trash. They are so trash. I'm not gonna say who, but yeah, they are just the absolute butts. And XP farming off there, considering they're the highest level, is so pathetic. Oh man. Oh yeah, we came across another trainer with Lugia, because, you know, like, we had to, you know, have that thrown into our face. We still haven't gotten a legendary type. Like, any legendary Pokemon, we haven't caught one yet. We've gotten lucky with a couple starter Pokemon that we've caught, and that has been dope, and I've been super for that. I do wish that we did catch the Cyndaquil, so that we could have had a Typhlosion, because that would have definitely been Melvin's replacement. But unfortunately, we missed our chance. We killed it way back when. Yeah, right here I'm trying to figure out, like, what I send up against Lugia, because for whatever reason I can't remember if Lugia is like water and flying or psychic flying, and if I remember right, it's like psychic flying, because here I was trying to debate whether or not I wanted to use a move to, you know, like, hit him with Ice Beam, see if it'll work. So the idea was either Body Slam or Ice Beam, and so I went with Ice Beam because I couldn't quite remember, and I wasn't just gonna look it up because I was stupid. But yeah, I figured it out. Ice Beam is super effective, so it must be Psychic Flying. We heal up Sir Jeffrey here, let him take another hit. We got so close to taking like so much damage because that Aeroblast being a high crit rate. Whew, it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. So yeah, there's definitely some times where things could have been so much better. Things could have been so much better. But doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't. We had some good moments in this episode, some decent fights, and some kind of ones that were they were lackluster. We'll just put it that way. They were not anything fantastic. But yeah, so right now we're gonna be working on the team, trying to get leveled up. Carl's been leveling up slowly but surely. Like, we get him into the 30s, and it's really nice. Nothing too phenomenal otherwise. I will say we do have a really epic moment though, coming up pretty early in the video if I recall, and it is super hype, and we're so excited about it. But oh yeah, my luck in this run has been like so wishy-washy, like up and down, between losing so many Pokemon, and a lot of it's just purely my fault. Some of it's been bad luck, but a lot of it's just been purely my fault, where I'm just not paying attention, or I'm not remembering things properly, or I jump to an idea like, oh, this will be fine, and then I immediately regret it. That doesn't happen this episode. Nothing dies, okay? Maybe my spirit towards Victory Road, but, you know, that's a different story. Man. Going back through this, I still can't believe I lost all that audio. I'm so salty about it, to be honest. Yeah, more fun, exciting Pokemon like Charizard. Oh man, sweet. Yeah, we got Charizard. That's great. And totally love seeing all these trainers with these awesome Pokemon, and then I'm over here with Girafarig. I am getting excited though, because we are approaching the end, and which means that we'll be starting another series soon after. I have yet to decide what I want to do next. I do know if it's not Gen 3. Yeah, because I'm thinking Ruby or Sapphire. Like, I want to do the revamped Ruby and Sapphire. I love those versions. They're so good. Mega Evolution is just... I love it. It's so sweet. So, like, getting into that would be really dope. X and Y in general would actually be really nice, because there's some, like, really cool storyline and really cool Pokemon. Although I could also do Black and White, which is another really good one. Like, I got Black and White 2 set up, so I could do one of those. I had Platinum set up so we could do like the Diamond and Pearl thing, which I really enjoyed that series too. The biggest issue is because I don't quite remember all of them. Let me take a look. I have them all here. Yeah, so I can't do Ultra Sun yet. I just can't. I wish I could, but I can't, because I need to find the program to randomize it, and that'll probably be later down the line anyways. And I started off with Crystal, because Crystal still, it's old enough, but it has so much you could do in the game, so I wanted to make this like a starting series, because playing Pokemon has always been like something I've enjoyed doing, and it's what I grew up with. So getting back into like one of my more favorite games was what really got me excited. But the more and more I play it, the more I realize just like how much more dated it is compared. And it's not the graphics, it's the diversity, which is what I love about the games, is because you have so many options. And if I'm playing a randomized version, I have like so much more options, because I can get anything. And that's what I'm excited about. I could get shafted 100%, or I can end up with something amazing. And you don't know. You know, Nuzlocke's end for the dumbest reasons sometimes. You know, because you can end up with this amazing team, and then find out that you don't have something to kill a Shedinja with, and suddenly you're locked into a battle with a Shedinja that you can't kill, and it slowly just whittles you away and you lose. Like, that can happen. That's a thing. So, you know, anything can happen, and that's kind of what I'm excited about. So, like, the options that I ended up having that I have set aside to get into, we had our Black 2, we had Crystal, which we're already doing, Emerald version, Fire Red, Y, Platinum, Ruby, Silver, and I think regular Black version. So not Black 2, but the other Black. So we had like all those plus Ultra Sun, but like I said, we're not gonna fiddle with that until I can get that fixed and actually start doing that. Like I have the program for it to like run it, but not a program to randomize it yet. And I know it takes a little bit more time and effort to do that, so we'll worry about that later. I ran across another person with a Mewtwo. Like, how many times do I have to run into these people who have legendaries? Especially like some of my favorite ones, Lugia, Mewtwo. Like, I love both of those, and it's like, haha. And we've run across them in the wild, but we were never able to catch any because it was always like the second encounter, or something's going wrong in that regard. And we caught Delibird instead of Mewtwo. We could have had Mewtwo, and instead we got a freaking Delibird. Why? Either way, we've had some pretty sick moments. Getting Bird Jesus was dope. Like a golden Bird Jesus, that was sick. It was still kind of like I could have had anything, and instead I got a Pidgey. But even still, like it's Pidgeot. Like Pidgeot's sick and golden. Like its shiny version is gold. That is so dope. I think we actually, like, we got kind of scared about this Executor, because it got close to taking out Melvin here. It made us run for our money. Like, it definitely made us fight for this fight. But, oh yeah, for sure. Like, we got it. We had some interesting fights in this episode, but I was trying to like consider like what I need to do to be more prepared for what's ahead, because in all honesty, oh yeah, we hit Route 26, so we're getting close to our encounter here. But, what was I saying? What was I thinking? Oh, that's my train of thought. Oh yeah, we're getting close to the second half of the game. Oh yeah, I was discussing this Wobbuffet, actually, because Wobbuffet can actually be a really scary Pokemon to come across in a Nuzlocke. Because it's so easy that, like, if it survives a hit, which it's not hard for Wobbuffet to do, they're made to be to tank hits, but sometimes it's a coin flip on what they're gonna do. Like I switched in Sir Jeffrey because I wanted to confuse Ray it, and then of course he does the safeguard. And so the play here I think was to pass the turn basically, so I confuse Ray anyways just to see if it's going to counter or mirror move. And just to try and figure out, or mirror code or whatever the move is. I think it's like mirror code, I can't remember. But to make sure that like I wasn't going to fall victim to getting Sir Jeffrey lost, I tested, used the Confuse Ray, saw that he was going to use counter, went into a special attack, hoped that his next one was he's going to follow the same suit, because a lot of the trainers, they do the same thing. They usually just use Wobbuffet and hit counter, so physical moves are bad. And the only other thing that could have been worse is if it decided to use Destiny Bond, we would have lost right then and there. Like, we would have lost Sir Jeffrey and I would have flipped. Because Sir Jeffrey is really pulling his weight here. Like, this team needs him. And, Unfortunately, I like Scotty, but I don't see Scotty pulling as much weight as Jeffrey is. Because Jeffrey has that tankiness and that health that we need to make sure that like we can pull through some heavy hits. And since not most of our team is very tanky, like we need that body. Like Meganium is good for tanking some hits. So Mr. Slave and Sir Jeffrey both are basically our tanks right now. They both take some good amount of hits before going down, and that's important. Because even when I get Machamp on the team, like he's not gonna be able to take a lot of hits. He doesn't have high defenses. So yeah, we tried running in here, seeing if we can't find anything, and our first encounter was right on, and we couldn't catch it. So, because we already had right on, so like, all right, Deep's Claws. You know, we're gonna find out what's next. Hopefully, won't disappoint us. Yeah, we're just definitely hoping not to be disappointed. So, our next encounter was pretty hype, if I say so myself. We came across Suicune. Like, legit came across Suicune. I couldn't believe it. And I debated, like, I couldn't remember what Suicune had Roar, because Gold and Silver it would. But I forgot that in Crystal, it actually has Rain Dance instead of Roar. Because it's a static encounter, so it can't roar you away. So I caught it with a Master Ball. I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to use this Master Ball. I didn't want to take the chance of it roaring and like pushing the team away. So hopefully we don't come across another legendary dog or anything else that knows roar. Because that was our only Master Ball right now. Unless we get lucky and we pick another one up. That's our only Master Ball. So, sick. We got it. Cool. So, I spent so long just trying to figure out what name I wanted to give Suicune. I was like, oh my god, like this thing is epic. It's genderless. Like I gotta give it a name that's befitting. And I couldn't think of anything until towards... Like, it took me so long. I just sat there so long. But we ended up giving it a name that I think fits it. Like, fits Suicune. We ended up naming it River. And I thought River would be a good name because it's gender neutral. It matches. I mean, water type, River. Suicune's actually, like, of the dogs, it's my favorite, I guess, since it's neither male or female. It always makes me think that it's like it has like female kind of traits, so that's kind of why I named it River. But either way, like Suicune just looks the dopest. It wasn't my favorite to use on the team, but it is my favorite in terms of like the appearances. Because when it comes to like the looks of the legendary dogs, Suicune looks the dopest. Like I think they nailed it on his design, especially in Crystal. Like that spray looks so good. And I was excited. I was so excited that I got this. Like, oh my god. I'm still excited that I got Suicune. The downside is we're not going to be able to run it. I looked over its moveset, and it doesn't learn anything fantastic for quite a while. It gets Ice Beam as a tutor move, so we had to teach it through some third party Ice Beam, and that stinks. Like, it's not good. It learns Aurora Beam like in the 30s, like in the early 30s. I think it's like 31 or 34 or something like that. It learns Aurora Beam, which is still good, but it's not an Ice Beam. And right now, Sir Jeffrey just has our water team on lockdown. Like, he is so good in our water because he's not only tanky, he has ice coverage, a good physical move, good water move, and a status effect attack. Right? It's solid. He is solid. You don't need anything else. So unfortunately, Suicune doesn't make it onto our team right now. He's going to be in the box. If we lose both like Scotty and Sir Jeffrey, we'll throw him on the team. Like, hands down. No doubt, I would throw him on the team. I love him. But honestly, if I was to choose between a legendary dog, it's easily either Raikou or Entei. Like, Raikou's my favorite to put on the team, but Entei would probably have been better because of the fact that Melvin just doesn't have any good fire moves, and we needed some good fire techniques. And I would believe that Entei would bring that to the table. But otherwise, we'd end up just sticking with what we have. The only thing that we changed was Carl gets changed out for Machop at the end. Jill. Our girl Jill. So it's our team is looking better, but it doesn't feel that solid, in all honesty. Because I feel like there's just something lacking on the team. And I was thinking that we needed like an electric type, which is kind of why I threw Machamp on, actually, because he could learn Thunder Punch. It's just really sad that the punches, things that you do with your fist, are not physical attacks. Crystal got so much wrong with it when it came to like their attacks. Stuff that should have been physical or should have been special, or instead the opposite. And it made no sense at all. Like, now they've got it pretty much set. Like, we know what, you know, it sounds like a physical move, guess what? It's a physical move. It sounds like a special move, guess what? It's a special move. Like, it's hard to mix that up. So, in all honesty, it's just like Crystal messed up in a lot of ways when it came to those attacks. So, technically, like, moves that we needed, I can't use with certain Pokemon. Like, Ice Punch on Scotty, perfect. Because Scotty's already a special attack based, so that helps. But unfortunately, because, like, we have Rapidash, who's more physical based. Well, I think it's actually, I can't remember if it's actually more physical based. I'm pretty sure it's higher towards physical, lower towards special, but still like relatively close to each other. None of the fire moves that it learns are physical, and it doesn't learn very good fire moves, which is why we are considering going into Magby, because Magby will learn Fire Punch, and Fire Punch is special in this game. So, but we wanted an electric type on the team, and unfortunately we don't get one in time. We've lost too many of our electric types. I'm still mad that we lost T-Tar. Or Pupitar, I should say. Our road to T-Tar was lost. Not that we were going to get him anytime soon, but still. I love T-Tar. So I was totally okay with having Pupitar on the team, even if it was for a long time. Man. I have lost so many good Pokemon, it's so sad. Oh, we lost Teriyaki so early. And having a Feraligatr would have been sick. But at this point in the game, it's like, oh, well, we have like 3 really good water Pokemon, so Feraligatr probably wouldn't have made it on the team in the long run anyways. It's still sick, but we wouldn't have made it on the team in the long run. And if it did, it's just because it was just already trained up and we didn't want to train something else. If that were the case. Losing Flaffy, losing our Houndour, Giuseppino was sad. I wish we could get Giuseppina. But I knew it. I knew that her defense was going to put us in trouble, and she got hit really hard and didn't survive. That was heartbreaking. because she was definitely on the road to replacing Melvin in terms of our fire on our team. She had so much damage. It was really good speed, decent attack, just had nothing in terms of defensive. So, and I'm personally getting worried on when it comes to Elite Four. There are at least 3 Pokemon that I'm worried about coming across when it comes to Elite Four. As a matter of fact, I'm worried about coming across them against Red as well, if we make it that far. Here's hoping, knock on wood. And that's Mewtwo, because a high-level Mewtwo could just delete our team. What was the other ones? Kingdra, because Dragon moves are really hard to come across right now. Dragon Pokemon are really hard to come across right now. And I could... like, I know we have, like, Dragon Breath, but if we come across a Kingdra regardless, if it's high enough leveled, we might struggle, because we don't have anything good to use against it. So we're basically just relying on some very small specific attacks that could deal damage, but not a whole lot that's going to overwhelm it. And the last big worry that we're technically really worrying about is Wobbuffet. Yeah, because Wobbuffet being able to tank a hit, auto shot one of our Pokemon isn't something out of the realm of possibility. Plus Destiny Bond, like, you know, if we go to kill it and it drops Destiny Bond on us right before we kill it, it can ruin us. Like 100% ruin us. And so, like, I don't want to see that become a thing. So, unfortunately, those are things that we definitely don't want to see. But who knows? We can come up against a champion and they could have like a team full of Weedles for all I know. Funny that I mentioned that, actually. I kept having to come back and heal with this lady because every time I'd finish a battle, one of my Pokemon would be like paralyzed or poisoned, and it was getting so old. Oh my god, the amount of times that this would happen. Like, all right, we're good, we're set. Let's head back. Let's go forward. Nope, I had to go backwards again because stupid status ailments constantly hurt me. That happened way too many times. Oh man, it was bad. Not nearly as bad as our next encounter though. We get pretty shafted, if I'm being honest. I'm not gonna say how shafted, because oh, it's entertaining. But I get shafted really hard. Like, if you think getting a Magikarp would be bad, just know I would have taken a Magikarp over what we actually got any day. Because at least Magikarp, when it evolves, is useful. I mean, all it does is turns into Gyarados, which is dope. If you don't like Gyarados, like, what's wrong with you? But, oh yeah, speaking of which, Magikarp, look at that. Either way. Yeah, so, we weren't Magikarp shafted. We were worse than Magikarp shafted. way, way worse. Either way, yep, sure enough, had to run back, heal. Man, this got so tedious. I was so tired of it already. But it happens. Yeah, this run has been very weird, because we've had a lot of baby Pokemon. Like, a lot of baby Pokemon. And that's just so strange to see all of them. But we started off this run and we were just getting nothing but fire types and baby Pokemon. Fire types and baby Pokemon. Non-stop. How many of our encounters did we like lose because there was a fire type and either I killed it or I passed up. Like I remember I don't know. I remember so many encounters that we lost. I know we had Growliths, we passed up. We lost our Houndour. There was a lot. It was depressing. So Victory Road, here we are. I was all excited, like, yeah, we're gonna get another encounter, maybe it's gonna be dope, maybe we're gonna get something super sick, and we're gonna have a new party member on our team that's probably gonna replace Scotty, and I was so hyped. But no. No, not at all. Trying to get our encounter was kind of a challenge, actually. It was a big kind of challenge. I can't remember what I was talking about here. Like, I know I was discussing about our encounter, but I can't remember what it was I was saying. I just know we're getting close. The series is getting to the point that we were trying to reach, which the main focus to consider beating the Nuzlocke was beating the Elite Four. That's our main goal, is beat the Elite Four. If we manage to do that, we will try and go after Red. But even if I fail with Red, I'm not gonna be like upset. We technically beat the run by beating Elite Four. Oh yeah, so here was our first encounter, quote unquote, Venonat. But we can't catch it, because we already have Alfred. So it was Species Clause. So it's just like, alright, well we're just gonna walk around. I got a Moonball and I forgot that was even a thing, honestly. But so I was like, alright, well we'll catch something else, you know, let's keep walking, what are we gonna find? And then Venonat. Alright. Okay, I'm being trolled. You know, like, hey, it's a Venonat. Cool, we'll just run again. Like, we're gonna find something else. What are we gonna find? Keep walking, and then Venonat. Again. Like, I kept running into this. I was like, oh my god, I'm being trolled so hard right now. There's gotta be something else besides Venonat in this cave. Like, there has to be. And there it is. Our encounter. Sunkern. And if you're asking yourself, well, how's a Sunkern worse than a Magikarp? Sunkern has the literal lowest stats out of any Pokemon. I don't know about like in the most recent generations, but it's, like in the generations I've played, Sunkern has the absolute lowest stats. Sunflower is not much better, to be honest. In fact, Sunkern only has one use, and it's not Sunflower. It was actually in the Pokeathlon, though. Like, I forgot which generation has it, but it's the little mini games you can play with Pokemon. Sunkern has the best stats when it comes to those mini games. Like, in all areas, Sunkern is the best. So, you keep Sunkern for that. But otherwise, it has the lowest stats out of all Pokemon, and therefore is absolute garbage fire. So I killed it. I was like, I don't care. Like, this couldn't be any worse. I'm guessing it was, you know, like, my return for catching Suicune. Like, okay, well, you caught Suicune, we threw you a bone, now here, have some more trash. Because you're not going to use this, it's not going to get you anywhere, and you're going to die if you keep trying to use it. Plus, we already have Mr. Slave. Why would we want Sunkern if we have Mr. Slave? Answer, we don't. And look, he's back. And it doesn't give you any XP, like, the worst amount of XP, like, nothing. Gives me nothing. Venonat doesn't give me anything either. It turns out that there are 3 other Pokemon that you can find in here. And I found that out by training Machop. One of them we actually will come across. I think we come across now. I think this is where we discover the next Pokemon. Yep. There's another Lapras. So we couldn't catch Lapras either, because obviously Sir Jeffrey's already on the team. But it was still like, okay, well, this, you know, this is something else that we could have encountered in this. But we didn't. Which, like I said, doesn't matter. We already have Sir Jeffrey, and we are super excited about that. It does provide good XP, though. Like, really good XP. So this is the main thing we were farming, or trying to farm, when leveling up Jill. I might try and leave this area and train, like, go up against, like, Rhydons and stuff like that. They'll provide me more XP, but right now, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to try and get through as much of it as I can. The fact that I'm training Machop and I'm trying to get him a champ is going to be big for the Elite Four, I think. Because I set it up so that I can get Machamp through just regular training. I don't know when it evolves, but it does evolve. So it should, through normal means, evolve and become a Machamp through just basic leveling. But who knows, considering, like, the TMs didn't randomize, so maybe I'm unlucky and, like, that also didn't go through, and that's gonna make me really upset if that happens too. I couldn't believe at the beginning of this, like, the Victory Road, we actually tried to go pick up items, and 2 items sitting on the ground were both bright powders. Were we to pick those up, that would be our 3rd and our 4th copies. Like, what is with these equipable items that I keep getting the same stuff? Another Dragon thing here, it's useless. We don't have Dragon Pokemon, we're not boosting the power of Dragon-type Pokemon and Dragon-type moves, so it doesn't really matter, it's useless to us. It would be nice to have something like a Dragonite or something like that, and have some, like, really cool Dragon moves. But I'm pretty sure in this generation there just wasn't a lot of Dragon-type moves, because we have, what, Dragon Rage, and Twister, and Dragon Breath. So the only move worth boosting is Dragon Breath. And that's it. So I don't think Dragon Claw was in this version. I think Dragon Claw came in the next. So, yeah. And Dragon Rage just didn't get a boost because it's a flat base damage. So, we're getting close to facing our rival. I wanted to do a little bit of walking around, make sure I didn't miss anything, check out everything that I've got, and make sure that we're all set before I took him on. because I didn't know what to expect with him. And it was an interesting match. I didn't understand what was going on there. The little hole in the floor, like normally you'd see stuff like that for like pushing boulders, but we don't have any boulders. So I had no idea what the heck that was. Like maybe there's one I can push somewhere, but I don't know. I didn't explore. There's like one area I technically need to explore still, and I haven't. And it's just because like I wanted to make sure that I got through the battle with our rifle in a timely manner. And I was worried, thinking to myself, I was like, oh man, like, coming up against him, what's he gonna have? Is my team gonna be strong enough? Like, what am I gonna be able to do? How high is his, like, ace? And if I remember right, his ace is at level 38, so we were fine. We weren't overpowered, we weren't underpowered, we were just good enough. But the other two Pokemon that I was talking about, like you can encounter here, were incredibly low odds. Like, I don't know how many Pokemon I went through before I came across either of them. The first, which was the more common of the two, was Seaking. So I could have caught a Seaking. But we can't, because we already have Goldeen. So another Pokemon I couldn't catch regardless. Like, this place was full of no, in fact, Sunkern is literally the only Pokemon I could catch in here. Nothing else. Because we already have Lapras, we have Venomoth, we had Goldeen, so we couldn't get Seaking, and the last Pokemon that we could have caught, or that was in here, not that we could have caught, but was in here, was Steelix. And we already lost Steelix earlier in the run too. So, literally, nothing in this place, other than Sunkern, was available to be caught. Hugely disappointing. Like, massively disappointing. And I actually came across the Steelix while trying to train Machop. Like, I put Machop out in front, and I was like, alright, he's high enough level. He's like level 26 or something like that. I'm like, no, I think he was actually, yeah, no, he was level 26. And I was like, alright, you can start pulling your own weight. I could take off the XP share and I put the Lucky Egg on him. I was like, we're gonna like run some fights. You can beat Sunkern, you can beat Venonat. If we come across Lapras or Seaking, we'll swap out. You know, nothing to worry about. And then my very first fight was Steelix. I was like, you are kidding me. And so I went with it. I was like, screw it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna, like, you know, I'm gonna try and test. And Steelix did no damage. Nothing. Kept hitting us with rock throws, and it just could not deal damage. It couldn't deal damage with rock throw, it couldn't deal damage with rage, and it was in its level 30, so it was like a level 33 when I came across it, and I'm level 26. And I'm stage 1. This thing's in its final stage, and it couldn't do any damage. I was like, maybe we kind of dodged a bullet when we lost our Steelix. Like, because if it couldn't deal damage, what point was there to have it on the team? Not that I don't miss our Steelix. I was so sad when I lost him. Losing Rhydon, losing Steelix, like 2 tanky Pokemon we lost. Oh well, though. Well, we're approaching our matchup. And I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of worried. And Jake throws us a couple of curveballs, like some curveballs, and we get some kind of funny moments here and there, and it's like, But yeah, stop. I just think to myself, I was like, alright, am I ready for this? Is our team good for this? Should I stop? Should I train? Should I do some more? And I was like, nah, let's just go for it.
Hold it. Are you going to take the Pokemon League challenge? Don't make me laugh. You're so much weaker than I am. I'm not like I was before. I now have the best and strongest Pokemon with me. I'm invincible. Hobo, I challenge you. Yeah, that invincible part makes me chuckle, especially now. So it starts off with Octillery, which is actually like legit. Like I was like, oh, okay, like we might have a challenge here because Octillery is actually really good. Learns some really good moves. I was like, so we'll send in Mr. Slave. Octillery is gonna have Aurora Beam, so I was worried about that. He uses Psy Beam at the start because, you know, water type, he couldn't do much. I was like, okay, you know, we'll just see what Razor Leaf does. And, I mean, as it should, Razor Leaf does some decent damage. Doesn't knock it out, though. I was like, oh man, I was worried about this. The Aurora Beam is what I was worried about. And it doesn't do it. Just doesn't do it. So, Razor Leaf finishes him off. I was like, cool, we two-shot him. Even with the reduction in attack, wasn't worried. We had a critical hit. We knocked it out quick. So I was like, alright, what's next? And he sent out a spinning rack. And I about laughed out of my seat. I was like, you're kidding me. This is your invincible team? A Spinnerack. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? We're going to take this time. We're going to heal up Mr. Slave. Bug isn't good against me, or it's bad for me, but I don't think I have to worry, because, I mean, it's stage 1. We don't have anything to worry about. So, Spinnerack does Fury Slide. We body slam it. And yeah, that was a quick match. We crit anyways, like body slam, crit, it's out. Got it. What's next? Smoochum. Are you kidding me? Another baby Pokemon. And I was like, you know what? Send out Melvin. Melvin could do this. Easy peasy. This was dumb. Hits us with this powder snow and freezes us. Like I didn't even know like fire Pokemon could get frozen in this generation. Like I thought they fixed that. Where like fire Pokemon can't be frozen, kinda like how electric Pokemon and later versions can't be paralyzed. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kinda weird. Oh well, we'll heal it, try again. And this Smoochum actually like puts in some work. I was pretty surprised. But we still stomp it. We get it out of here. We're not too worried. I think we had to heal twice. Because it was asleep, naturally. And its confusion actually is like one of the things that I had to worry about. But yeah, I just used an awakening. Down back up. Switch him confused, or hit confusion. I was like, okay, whatever. See if I can't take it out before it takes us out. Like, that was the plan. I was like, alright, Ember should kill it, and it does. Knocks it out. And we're like, okay, cool. Melvin lives to fight another day. Our boy. Then Espeon came out. I was like, oh crap. Espeon, like, okay, now this is ramping up. This is a fight. You know, right here. Like, this is what we gonna see. So I sent out Sir Jeffrey to take some hits, because I wasn't sure just how strong Espeon was gonna be. I was like, okay, you know, we're gonna come in here. We're gonna try some physical moves. We're gonna see what that puts us. Like, how strong is our body slam against this thing. Maybe we get lucky, maybe we hit a paralyze, and we did. We actually got a paralyze on it. Sick, so we're set. We're faster now because of this. We're gonna surf, we're gonna see what we do in terms of special damage, you know, special stab, so. And it doesn't do a lot. Like, I probably should have stuck with body slam. But we surfed again because unless he healed it, there was no way that was going to survive anyways. So we take it out with our second surf. We're we're getting close. We've only got 2 more Pokemon. We already know what one of them is, and then Kangaskhan came out. And this is probably the actual ace on his team. It's between Espeon and this one definitely dealt the most damage out of all his Pokemon. So Kangaskhan was a little bit of a trouble, but we obviously still came through. Didn't do a whole lot of damage. It was only seemed to be hitting us with Mega Punch, but I was worried about catching a crit on it, because if it did crit us, there was a good chance that we could actually lose. So I hit it with Ice Beam. I was like, okay, if I hit it with Ice Beam, maybe we could freeze it. Unfortunately, we don't get the freeze. So I healed up. I was like, just in case, I don't want to get hit with a Mega Punch and get crit. So I healed up. Throws another Mega Punch, misses, and I was like, okay, I think we're set. Like, he missed that next attack, we should easily be able to take it out. And sure enough, we do. Now, obviously, the last one is a starter, which luckily he was smart enough to evolve it. So we had a Butterfree this time that we faced off against, not a Metapod. And I can't believe it took until it was like level freaking 38 before we saw Butterfree. Like, that's ridiculous that it took that long to evolve it. But sure enough, and it took 2 shots, which actually kind of surprised me that it could actually take that much damage. Because, you know, you don't expect Butterfree to be able to, like, you know, tank a hit, especially something that's super effective against it. But, excuse me, we did. Got some good XP off it, defeated Jake. I gave it everything I had. What you possess and what I lack? I'm beginning to understand what that Dragon Master said to me. I haven't given up on becoming the greatest trainer. I'm going to find out why I can't win and become stronger. When I do, I will challenge you. I'll beat you down with all my power. You keep it up until then. Yep. So, that was our rival battle. Nothing too impressive, in all honesty. Most of our team was at or above his level. In fact, I think everybody was actually above his level at this time. Because the only thing that he had that was above our team was the Butterfree, his ace, his 38 level Butterfree, and that was it. So here I swapped out. This is where I put aside Carl and then pulled out Jill. And it's about where I end the episode, because I want to, I'm going to do the training with the team off, you know, camera, so you guys don't have to worry about watching, like, the whole process, because it does take a long time to get the team up. So I buy all the stuff that I need, sell a bunch of items I don't need, and then, yeah, that's basically it for the episode. Next episode, we're going to be taking on the Elite Four. Like I said, I'm going to check to see where the levels of the Elite Four are actually sitting around, and I'm going to try and get our team not to equal the champions, but probably to equal until like get towards the ace of the 3rd Elite Four, or at least close to that, so that when we go through, our team will level up as we go through. And if we do that, we should be fairly set by the time we reach the champion, so that we're not over-leveled and there's still a challenge, because that's what we want out of this. We still want there to be a challenge. We're not trying to blow through it, because who knows, like, there could always be the chance that we're going to blow through it because they just have nothing but, you know, base Pokemon. They could have absolute crap. Who knows?
but I don't want to chance it by making this so super easy that we just run through it. So, yep, we pick up Jill here. I just went through, I was looking through like what else we had, because we still have Gus, we still have Butter, we still have Brick. We're not gonna put Butter on the team. Brick was our Sweet Coon static encounter. I was checking out River's stats here, and he's actually like, River's good in defense, special defense, and its special attack is pretty good. But other than that, like, there's nothing too much impressive. So I was like, yeah, we're just gonna keep what we have. So we took out Jill. We're gonna train up Jill, because at least with Jill, we'll have a fighting type, which will be good against Rock, Steel, Dark, and I think Ice. So, like, we have some decent coverage by having Machamp on the team, and so that's the goal. So, ooh, my bad. Yep, so we're gonna call it here. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I apologize for, like, everything with the audio. I should have it fixed by the next episode. We'll get everything corrected so that I'm not having to commentary over my own gameplay. At least, not like this. So you can actually experience everything and all my excitement as we're going through it. Or disappointment. Who knows what happens. Thanks again for watching, though. Like and subscribe if you like the content. You know, show me some love. I really appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. And I'm hoping to provide more content like this in the future. And thanks again, and we will see you next time. Peace out.